I'm sitting here trying to finalize this list. I can only choose 10. I have 11. And I'm trying to figure out which one is not going to make the cut. So the camera's on. You can see me now. So I gotta make a decision. What's it gonna be, Justin? Who's not making it? Okay, well, how about we just do this? I'm gonna make an honorable mention. I'm gonna make one of these an honorable mention, and I will talk about it again later. Anyway, what's up, Fragrant World? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. And today I'm bringing you the heavily requested top 10 out of 10 niche fragrances. We did a designer edition. You can check it out here. This is the niche list. I got 10 of my favorite niche fragrances right now in my collection, and these are ones that I consider 10 out of 10. Across the board, they check all the boxes for me and my taste and my expectations. They smell fantastic, they smell interesting, they keep my interest throughout the day with a nice development. They don't necessarily have to last a long time, although most of these do. And that is a good thing about a lot of niche fragrances. They will last, most of them. But more than anything, it just needs to make me feel good. It needs to resonate with my personality. It needs to resonate with my mood for the day, probably more importantly, because we feel different every day. So again, smell great, interesting, development, and it needs to resonate with my mood and my personality. And again, just make me feel good. So, not in any real order, just like the designer list, I'm going to choose at random, but we're going to start with this honorable mention, which, as I mentioned, I'm going to talk about again very soon, because this is a brand new fragrance to my collection, and I felt a little weary about including it here because it's brand new. I've literally had it like a week or more, and I was like, well, to make it a 10 out of 10 already, I feel like I need more time. But this thing blew me away. I was hearing a lot of things about it, and it exceeded my expectations. I consider it a 10 out of 10, but I'm including it as honorable because it's brand new to the collection. So the other ones here have, held their place a little longer. But this is our newbie. This is from the house of Beach Giza, perfumed by Ryan Hunts. And he calls this Coco Moon. This is, I believe, his most popular fragrance at the moment. Oh. This is, in 3 words, beautiful beast mode.
Yes, that's one word.
Coconut. Beautiful beast mode coconut. That's the best way I can describe this. It is coconutty. It does have a little bit of that suntan lotion vibe, but it has a beautiful gourmand quality with vanilla. The vanilla is creamy and sweet, but it almost, at least and when I first smelled it, it gave off kind of a chocolatey nuance, but no chocolate in here. But you do get a nice bright bergamot pineapple up top. It's so tropical. Again, it dries down into that coconut. There's also a bit of a floral heart with some jasmine and tuberose, white florals, which lend a thick richness to it. Not really powdery, but just rich. And there's a beautifully warm base where the vanilla is, where there's some sandalwood, there's some oak moss and musk. And this stuff, again, is beast mode. I put it on over a week ago, and it got on a little bit of my jacket here, a different jacket. And I swear, I had that jacket sitting on a chair, and for days afterwards, I would leave and come back home, and I could smell Coco Moon in the air projecting off of the collar of that jacket. And I go up and smell it clear as day. This stuff is gorgeous. That's all I'm gonna say for now. I could keep going on and on, but that's what I'm gonna say. If you're interested in even just looking into it now, they sell out of this one quick. But you can check out the link down in the description to check out Beach Giza. Again, more to come on this house. I'm loving this. Okay, let's get into the list. This is the real list. Again, choosing at random here. Next one up here, from the house of Zaharoff, World of Zaharoff, we have Signature Pour Homme. And you guys may have noticed this cool little poster back here that George sent me. I love it. It has this 1920s kind of look to it. And this is a beautifully unique take on the aromatic fougere, a little bit of a barbershop quality, but with some more nuance to it. There's some pear in here, there's oud in here, sandalwood. You do have a lot of lavender. It is fresh, it's sweet and creamy, it's spicy, it's woody, it is special to me. This is a special scent. I wear this when I want to feel refined. This checks all the boxes for me. It makes me feel so put together when I wear it, and it is a plus that it performs well. So people will smell this on you. You're gonna turn heads with this. I'm really digging this. I think this was made by Claude Durr, if I'm not mistaken. Fantastic perfumer. And if you have not checked it out, you can get a sample from the website. I think you just pay for the cost of shipping. But people are really getting on the train with this and loving it for a reason. Don't sleep on it. Zaharoff signature pour on. All right, we got to go a little faster. I'm not trying to use too much time here. Up next, from the house of Nishane, we have Fan Your Flames. One of the most unique fragrances in my collection. It is an interesting mix of booziness with dark, dry woodiness, but with creamy sweetness, but with earthy tobacco. And it's like, I imagine you just have this wooden mug filled with rum, maybe not filled all the way with rum, but some kind of rum drink with, it's mixed, and it's sweet, it's sweetened, and there's a creaminess to it, but you're getting like the taste of the earthy dry wood in the drink. That sounds disgusting, I know, but trust me, it is fantastic, man. And this is also beast mode. This is an extrait de parfum. This is going to last all day and night. I love it. Again, smells like nothing else I've ever smelled. I need to get my nose on more from this house because I have yet to do that. But that's Fan Your Flames. Check it out. Up next, again, I'm just pulling at random from the house of Bois 1920. I have reviewed this fragrance. You can check it out here. This is called Dulce de Giorno. My refrigerator just turned on. I was hoping it wasn't going to happen, but it did. So you're just gonna have to deal with that buzz and the hum, but hopefully it'll kind of go into the background. This is once again another very unique fragrance, interesting mix. It is compared to Costume National Homme often, but this one is more heavy on the cinnamon and the cypriol, which comes from a plant Nagamotha, gives it kind of a woody vibe, an interesting woody vibe to it, but also a lot of plum in here. Lots of pepper, also a lot of cedar wood. So it's a spicy, woody, sweet, creamy plum, also vanilla, and that cypriol really kind of brings this unique edge. I love the green juice, good performance as well. I just love how different it is, and I love the way that it develops on the skin. 10 out of 10 for me. That is Dulce de Giorno, the green juice. Coming up next, from the house of Mancera, one of my favorites from the house so far. This is Instant Crush, one of the newer releases from, I believe, last year. And yes, it does get compared to Baccarat Rouge 540 from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, but I prefer this. It has more body to it, it has more richness. Some people would consider it feminine. I don't really care. It smells phenomenal. It has ridiculous performance. It is sweet. It's kind of leathery. So it has a lot of vanilla, it has jasmine in here. There's some saffron in here. There's some amberwood, which comes from ambroxan. So it's woody, it's sweet, a little musky, it's a little creamy. It is just fantastic. And I think it's unisex, but I can see where people are coming from, but you already know how I do things. I go about personality. This is a very elegant and soft and gentle and sensitive personality in a bottle, but it does have some heft. Again, that performance is no slouch, so you are going to be noticed as well. Really elegant stuff. That is Instant Crush from Mancera. Links will be down in the description for all the fragrances. Up next, kind of along the same lines of this personality in terms of Mancera, but a little bit more on the gentlemanly side of things. Not quite as sweet, but still, you know, very elegant, very delightful, something to wear in the daytime that just smells so refined and put together. And it is no stranger to most people. This is Reflection Man from Amouage. I've had this for a long time. I've been smelling this fragrance for a long time, and I still love it. To this day, It makes me smile. I just love the freshness and the creaminess, slightly powdery, mostly jasmine, sandalwood, neroli in here, a little bit of pink pepper. It doesn't have a whole lot of spice to it, but it does have a little bit of kick off the skin. Again, fresh, a little sweet, a little floral with the powderiness, and creamy. That sandalwood is gorgeous. I love Reflection Man. I think I always will. This is my little 50 ml bottle, which I'm burning through rather slowly. I think I need to pick it up before this thing goes bad or something. That's Reflection Man. Here's a relatively new fragrance. I have talked about it. I have reviewed it. You can check that review out here from the house of Argos. This is Bacio Immortal. Their leather-centric fragrance here. All their fragrances, I believe, have leather. But this one, leather's at the forefront, but not in a brash and harsh way. Very elegant, very unisex, honestly. Does get comparisons to Tom Ford Tuscan leather. I agree with that. It has that similar formula, you know, the leather with the raspberry, maybe even some saffron in here. But that raspberry note is so authentic in this. It is a little tart and it's sweet. And that leather with the saffron it's smooth. It is leathery, a little earthy as well, but it is nowhere near as harsh as Tuscan leather. So if you had a hard time really getting into Tuscan leather, you might dig this one. I recommend sampling it. Check out the review if you want to know more about the fragrance, but there will be a link down below with coupon code FRESH10. Get you 10% off a sample pack or a bottle if you're interested. Alrighty, moving right along. We just got a couple more here, a few more, I think. Up next, I'm getting out of breath. I'm trying to go quick here. From the house of Jovoy, Paris. One of my favorites from the house at the moment. This is Incident Diplomatique. This was a gift from my friend Frederick. So once again, Frederick, I cannot thank you enough. You have really jump-started my fragrance journey and I appreciate you. Hope we can meet someday. Man, this is a special scent. This is a little polarizing, I gotta say. You gotta love earthy vetiver, but it does have a really interesting, almost wetness to it, like a wet, slight sweet spiciness to it. Mandarin orange and nutmeg. For some reason, there's a combination that gives me a boozy quality with this, but it is primarily vetiver and patchouli. It's earthy. It almost has a bit of an ashiness to it, not like smoke, but it kind of reminds you of the smell of maybe a smoker's shirt that they wore days ago and it's been sitting. I know that doesn't sound too pleasant if you're not a smoker. I'm not a smoker and that does not sound pleasant to me, but it works. And this fragrance, I recommend sampling it. Get your nose on it. It is different. It's very elegant. It's very refined. And again, it's not gonna be for everyone, but I love the way it makes me feel when I wear it. It is a 10 out of 10. That is Incident Diplomatique, Diplomatic Incident from Jovoy. I think we just have 3 more. Good Lord, I feel like we've talked about 18 of them already. This is from the house of Parfum de Marly. This is one of their most popular scents right now, and it's one of my favorites. I have a few that I love, and this one gets the spot because I've had it the longest, although the other 2 that I have, I love a lot, but this one has always done it for me. This is Layton. I've talked about it a lot, so I'm not gonna say much. I just recommend you get your nose on it. Very easy to wear. Not too different in terms of a niche fragrance, but it is great quality. And I just love the way that it smells all day. It changes a little bit, but not too much. But I love the way it smells anyway in the opening, so I have no problem with it persisting in the same way throughout the day. And it gets compliments and it has good performance. I love it. Sample it if you can. Again, links down below. Up next, this is the 9th fragrance, I believe. Again, no order here because these are all 10 out of 10s. This is from the house of Cabanel, a French house, and this is their Café Cabanel. Technically marketed for women, but I love wearing this stuff. This is a beautiful, sweet, elegant fragrance for the daytime. I think this is a great day scent when you want to smell more sweet and elegant and approachable and warm. This is a kind of a chai tea scent. That's what I get out of this. It's like a sweet, creamy chai tea. There's cinnamon, there is vanilla, there's I think caramel, there's even like a milk accord. This was created by Cecile Zarokian, one of my favorite perfumers right now. It dries down into a really beautiful kind of almost musky, creamy, sweet scent. There's also some tonka bean in here and some sandalwood, so it stays creamy, gets a little woody. I love it. I recommend you sample this. You can sample this at Scent City. Check out the link in the description. I have a coupon code. I think it's still active. It should be JC Recommends. You can use that to get, I think, 12% off samples and bottles. Check this out. I love this. Don't be afraid that it's marketed to women. Push through the barrier, push through your fear, and try it. I think you'll like it. And here's the last one. Haven't talked about this in a good minute, but I'm still loving this fragrance. I think I reviewed it. I think I did. If I did, I'll leave it up here. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I reviewed this. This is from the house of Roja Parfums. This is Scandal. This is the Parfum Cologne, released from last year, and I'm still head over heels with this fragrance. This is a beautiful fougere. It is so fresh and bright, bergamot and lemon done to perfection here in the opening, but it dries into like kind of a sweetened creaminess with spice, some herbaceousness, maybe even some woods in here, and it's just like a gentleman's fougere, aromatic fougere in the barbershop style. But Roja, you know, has his own thing to it. It does have a seductive quality. I love it, and it's light, and again, the concentration of this is that it's very diffusive. It will project off the skin as an eau de cologne, but it does last on the skin as an eau de parfum. It's gonna stay on you and with you for a good while, and I really appreciate that. Kind of an interesting take on concentrations, kind of Roja's own creation, if I'm not mistaken. So that is Scandal Parfum Cologne, links down in the description. Now, this is your turn. Let me know down in the comments, what is your number one 10 out of 10 niche fragrance? If you had to choose one, I know it's tough, but give it a try. It makes it easier for me to engage with you. We can talk about that one fragrance. I'll let you know if I've tried it or not. You know, again, we can just dig into it a little bit easier if you just give me your favorite, your top all-star 10 out of 10 niche fragrance pick. If you like the video, really appreciate your support. Thank you for being here, and if you've made it this far and you have not clicked that subscribe button, then I don't know what else I have to do. If I gotta like dance around and do all the Jeremy stuff and do push-ups, I don't know what I gotta do to get you to press that button. I'm not gonna be doing any push-ups. I'm not gonna be dancing, at least not in this video, but would love to have you back as a part of the Fresh Squad, so please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.